I'll never forget that moment in 2000, the city of Fresno, our first real big fight against project labor agreements. A room full of young men and women who simply wanted a chance to work free of the discrimination of PLAs. That made a lasting impact on me and made me realize this was a job I could not only be good at, but a job I could love. Hi, this is Eric Kristen, Executive Director of the Coalition for Fair Employment in Construction. 22 years ago, a group of union and non-union construction firms came together in Sacramento and decided to create a coalition that would solely fight project labor agreements. A looming threat that these contractors had the vision to see was coming and needed to be fought aggressively. Over these past 2 decades, we have seen it all. From rallies at every corner of the state, from the Imperial Irrigation District to the Sonoma Valley Unified School District, from San Francisco to Sacramento, we've been everywhere, as have the threats. From our first significant victory at Sacramento City Unified School District back in 2000, where we filled the room with workers and contractors to the point where union bosses walked in, looked at each other and said, "Are these our people?" Nope, they weren't. From the victory that night to passing 11 project labor agreement bans across the state, we have seen it all. And when I say we have seen it all, I mean we have seen it all. Coming out of the Pittsburgh Unified School District meeting 15 years ago, seeing that I had a flat tire, having to call a tow truck, and being told it was the first time the tow truck driver had ever actually seen a slashed tire, to being escorted out of the administrative office of the courts in downtown San Francisco by 6 CHP officers because of threats on my life. Seeing it all is an understatement. Each defeat brings with it pain and anguish. The pain and anguish that we feel for every worker that's being discriminated against, every taxpayer dollar that's being wasted, every contractor and apprentice that's being excluded. The individual contractors, the associations we've gotten close to, the apprentices we've been able to meet, the workers who have shown up at our rallies across the state by the hundreds to fight for their right to work. So here we are 22 years later, heading into 2021, we expect the exponential increase in project labor agreement threats that we've seen to continue. When we first started CFEC, we would fight 3 to 5 project labor agreements a year. Now we are fighting 3 to 5 project labor agreements a week. When we first started CFEC, we would primarily see project labor agreements on large, complex projects, like the San Francisco International Airport expansion back in 1998. Now we're seeing them on projects, for instance, at Sonoma Valley Unified School District, which just a couple of weeks ago approved project labor agreements for projects $50,000 and higher. We've also seen the advent of green mail. This is economic distortion using the California Environmental Quality Act, where unions and their front groups that are law firms come in and tell a developer that their project's going to be delayed until they agree to a project labor agreement. This is extortion that we refer to as green mail, and it has increased exponentially over the years. Understanding all of this, I'm asking for your help. We need your support to help us meet our needs going into 2021 in what we assume will be another aggressive attack by project labor agreement special interests, by big labor advocates who want to be able to control the marketplace and allow only for a small percentage of workers and contractors to be able to get work. We'll never have the resources that union bosses have and PLA advocates have, but what we have is the righteousness on our side of the fight. What it is we're fighting for is the American dream, for every apprentice, for every contractor, and for every worker. And for every taxpayer, it's their money they're paying for these projects. So what we do at CFEC is invaluable, and it's going to continue in 2021 just as it has the past 22 years. And we need your help. So again, go to OpenCompCA.com, that's OpenCompCA.com today, and consider donating to our efforts. Your support helps keep future projects open for you to work on the public side, on the private side. Thank you for your consideration and for listening to our message today. For all of us at CFEC, it's an honor to be fighting this fight on your behalf for open competition, for the American dream, for the right to work where a worker, apprentice, or contractor wants to be able to work. From all of us at CFEC.